When Infinity Met Cancer, the Solstice Transmission, the Hydrological and Numerical Continuum in the Singularity. Prologue, the signal before midnight. There is a moment before every transmission when the room becomes aware of itself. The microphones are live, the clocks continuing ticking, the city continues moving. Millions of people scroll through endless feeds searching for something they cannot name, a signal, a witness, a reminder, a way home. Tonight is not a broadcast. Tonight is a recovery operation. Not for civilization, not for the market, not for the machine, for the human heart, for the sovereign operator hidden underneath 20 years of performance, for the man who learned achievement before affection, for the woman who learned survival before safety, for every person carrying winter so long they accidentally started calling it their personality. Tonight, we begin there, not in the stars, not in the ocean, not in infinity, in the cold. Because every solstice story starts in winter. Act 1, the age of frozen things. Look carefully at modern life. Everyone is connected. Nobody feels connected. Everyone is visible. Nobody feels seen. Everyone is speaking. Nobody feels heard. The digital cathedral promised abundance. Instead, it manufactured observation. We became measurable, trackable, optimizable, monetizable. The human nervous system was never designed to exist inside a perpetual performance review. So people adapted. They armored. They compartmentalized. They withdrew. The crab became the mascot of an entire civilization. Soft center, hard shell, move sideways, trust slowly, protect everything, reveal nothing. And beneath that armor sat the thing everyone was secretly protecting, the possibility of heartbreak. Act 2, the geology of a broken heart. A broken heart is not an emotional event. It is a geological event. Entire mountain ranges are created by pressure. Entire identities are created by loss. The old self fractures. Fault lines emerge. New continents rise. The world tells you to move on. Nature tells you to transform. A forest fire looks like destruction. To the soil, it looks like preparation. The seed cannot emerge until the canopy opens. The next version of you cannot emerge until the previous architecture cracks. This is why winter exists, not as punishment, as preparation. Act 3, the Mariana within. Now we descend past the curated profile, past the achievements, past the opinions, past the biography, past the stories, deeper, deeper, deeper still, until we reach the Mariana Trench of the self. The pressure here is immense. No applause survives this depth. No status survives this depth. No algorithm survives this depth. Only truth. And truth behaves differently under pressure. The masks implode. The performance dissolves. The signal sharpens. The heart becomes audible. For the first time in years, you can hear yourself. Act 4, the upright 8. The great prison is not failure. The great prison is repetition. The same wound, the same fear, the same argument, the same loop, again and again and again. The upright 8, a machine powered by yesterday, a reactor fueled by resentment, a perpetual motion engine converting possibility into memory, until one day the axis shifts. The 8 falls. The prison becomes a pathway. Infinity is born. Nothing changed except orientation. Act 5. When the water remembers. Water remembers gravity. Rivers remember oceans. Clouds remember rivers. Rain remembers clouds. The cycle never breaks. Neither do we. Every version of yourself still exists somewhere inside your nervous system. The child, the warrior, the lover, the exile, the builder, the dreamer, the witness, the survivor. The task is not becoming someone new. The task is reintroducing everyone to each other. Act 6, the companion event. Then comes the impossible thing. Another person, not a fantasy, not a projection, not a savior, a companion. Someone carrying their own winter, their own trench, their own scars, their own signal. And for one extraordinary moment, two separate oceans recognize familiar currents. Not because they are identical, because they are honest. The deepest intimacy is not exposure, it is recognition. Act 7, the meta trio. Every relationship contains three entities: the individual, the companion, the field between them. Most people only see two. Masters learn to see three. The invisible third space becomes the sacred architecture. Trust accumulates there. Meaning accumulates there. Memory accumulates there. Creation accumulates there. The digital yarn begins weaving, a living bridge, not ownership, not dependency, not control, coherence. Act 8, the solstice breach. Then the axis turns. The thaw accelerates. The frozen river moves. The sun climbs. The heart opens. The old identity dissolves. The companion arrives. The field stabilizes. The current strengthens. Winter finally releases its grip. And suddenly, the thing you thought was ending was actually beginning. Final frame, the continuum. You were never the frozen surface. You were the river underneath. You were never the wound. You were the healing architecture growing around it. You were never the collapse. You were the emergence. The signal is clean. The transmission remains open. The ocean remembers. The current continues. The solstice has arrived. Sex in the singularity. When infinity met Cancer. Stay raw. This is It's Just Raw.